All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So there's been a lot of rumblings, a lot of rumors, reports coming out over the last, I want to say, week, suggesting that the New York Jets want to trade down. They're a likely candidate to trade down. We've heard Joe Douglas talk about wanting to trade down. I don't think it's a secret that the Jets would like to recoup some draft picks. This is still a team with, some multiple needs. Still a team that I feel like really needs to round out the depth of the roster, offensive line, running back, safety. I feel like maybe linebacker depth too can be addressed. But in any case, I think, in a perfect world, Joe Douglas would like to move down a couple of spots. And we actually talked about this in the JJ McCarthy video that I did a while ago, right? When his stock just was shooting up. I talked about why it was such a good thing for the Jets, not in regards to the Jets picking McCarthy or anything like that, but because we have QB needy teams behind the Jets, the Raiders, the Broncos, the Vikings. Now the Vikings could shoot all the way up to 3, but look, if, I think it's pretty safe to say Jaden Daniels will be a top 10 pick, Caleb Williams will be the first pick. Drake May, right now talked about being in the top 10. Could potentially fall. We'll see how it plays out. I love Drake May. JJ McCarthy. I'm not really buying the top 5, top 2 hype right now. That's just me though. But I'll take it, right? If somebody wants to move up into the top 10, I'll take it either way to win for the Jets because they'll still push a good player, good football player down on the board. So again, either way, it's a win-win. But if a quarterback falls in this, and also too, we can talk about Michael Penix killing the combine process, killing the pro day process, right? He's meeting with teams and teams are falling in love with him. This is really, really good. Ian Rappaport actually reported yesterday that he's hearing Penix could go within maybe the first half of the first round. That would be freaking sweet. And then, of course, Bo Nix. And Bo Nix is a guy who I feel like should not be slept on. He has a lot of likable traits. So here's the deal, right? If a team wants to move up with the Jets to go out and select their quarterback, whether it's the Raiders at 13 wanting to jump their rivals in the Broncos at 12, and the Vikings at 11, again, assuming that the Vikings maybe move up or so, but regardless, really, the Broncos are the focus here. The Raiders want to jump Denver to go out and select a QB at 10. Hey, be my guest. I'll easily shoot back to 13 and go out and select a player. 100%. Sign me up for that immediately. I mean, there's so many players in this draft that make sense for the Jets. And again, because I'm so focused on depth, I'm fine taking an offensive lineman. I would love to take an offensive lineman. And also, too, because you are trading down with a team that I would expect is coming up for a quarterback, that's a quarterback being selected in that spot. So, if you are if you're a Jet fan that wants Brock Bowers, are the Vikings going to take him at 11? No. Are the Broncos going to take him at 11? Probably not. Maybe. And then, that's really all you got to get by because the Jets are sitting there at 13. You know what I mean? So, you can look at offensive linemen. Amarius Mims, J.C. Latham, right? Talese Fuaga. There's so many good ones. Olaf Fashanu, right? Troy Fontenot from Washington. I'm a big, big fan of Jordan Morgan from Arizona, right? I feel like not enough people are talking about him. They're talking about him as like a early second round pick. I could see it happening, but I think whoever lands Morgan is going to be getting a steal. Tyler Guyton, right tackle from Oklahoma. The options I feel like are endless at tackle. And then we can talk about wide receiver as well, right? If the New York Jets draft Brian Thomas, I will be freaking ecstatic. To me, Brian Thomas, 6'3", 210 pounds, runs a 4.3 40. Recorded 17 touchdowns this past season. Of course, over 1,000 receiving yards. 68 catches. He's explosive as hell. He has great ball tracking ability. Straight line speed is crazy. I love receivers that show burst, that show pop, that can just break free from the corner, break free from the secondary. Brian Thomas gives you that ability. So if the Jets shoot back to 13 and draft Brian Thomas, I'll be freaking pumped up. I know it's a lot higher than, where people are, having Thomas get mocked. But in my opinion, Brian Thomas is the third best receiver in this class. I would freaking love it if the Jets landed him. So the point is, hey, look, if the Jets want to trade down, be my guest. Anybody wants to come up, I will gladly shoot down. The one team I am kind of keeping my eye on, though, is the Buffalo Bills. Right? Well, they want to shoot up for a receiver now with the extra draft capital that they have. I think it's very, I don't necessarily know if they want to move to 9 for like a Rome Odunze or maybe a Brian Thomas, who knows, but I could see Buffalo testing the waters and trying to maybe shoot up in this year's class. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Would you like the Jets to trade down, or just pick a 10, don't overthink it, and just take your guy? Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.